Really, you didn't even know what the surah was, or any of it, or what the bid'ah is. Muslim children know these things. I'm not trying to be confrontational. It's just that the more I see your videos, your claim of having studied Islam for, or what was it you said, 20 years? Eat at me. You didn't know the Quraysh book Hidayah. That Surah 9 was a response to that. The list goes on, my favorite, being you claiming Surah 9 1 to 5 is kill all kafirs edict, when clearly says, quote, only the treaty breakers, others excluded. Oh, that's right, you said it was pagans who broke the treaty first in Quran 9, 1 through 5, when it sounded like the only breaking of a treaty was not being Muslim. If I remember correctly, you still haven't explained why persons of the book, Christians and Jews, should be fought until they, quote, feel themselves subdued and pay the tax, as Quran 9, like in Quran 9:29. Dude, if you are going to respond, use reply. So that I sent a message. Okay, I don't check your videos often. Okie doke, but I want your comments here, in the open, in the hopes that those Muslims who really know Islam and the Quran can help us out here. Okay? And you say that I don't? Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. Still, I wouldn't, well, wouldn't you like this open for the possibility that someone who knows a lot about Islam may intervene? So that's fine. First off, the Quran never says the earth is flat. Well, the Bible does so reconcile that first before starting off in ignorance, explain that, then get back to me. What does, quote, spread out like a carpet, unquote, mean to you? I agree that there are scriptures in the Bible that give you a feeling that the earth is flat also, but then so does the Quran with, quote, spread out like a carpet, unquote. Excuse me, but why does it say like a carpet? You keep saying that. The closest thing is that the earth has been made a bed for us to take a rest. But that's not all the same thing. As it is about the comfort found on earth rather than the shape. Whereas the Bible and the Quran put ways here, as the Bible straight up says, this earth is shaped flat like pressed clay. Let me guess, you got the carpet stuff from the parentheticals of the Yusuf Ali translation, right? All you have to do is type into your web browser, earth spread out like a carpet, unquote, and it should take you to many versions of the Quran. You can believe, quote, spread out like a carpet, unquote, means the earth is actually, quote, shaped like an ostrich egg, or, quote, round, unquote, if you want, but others, like myself, will believe it means what it seems to mean in the Quran, a flat earth being depicted. Oh, by the way, I'm not interested in what you think the Quran or Bible says, what the shape the earth is in. I'm far, far more interested in what African Americans think of Quran 424, which infers that not only is slavery allowed, but so is having sex, quote, marriage, unquote, to your slave, quote, right hand possess, unquote, women who are married, seeming to remove, or at least ease, African American right. That's all. So you're all over it when you imagine it in the Quran. But when it's in the Bible, seeming to say the earth is flat, all of a sudden you're not concerned with that type of thing. Also, number one, slavery is allowed in Islam under certain conditions. It's not inferred. Actually, the reader, listener, the speaker writer implies. It's clearly stated. Number two, how is able to lay with your slaves? With consent, as I proved with the hadith, if you bother to read it, related to the Black American experience. True, I'm not concerned about what the shape the earth is in, like the Bible or the Quran, but I was thinking it greatly something that the Quran might be changing to fit with modern science and taken away the notion that slavery and sex with married slave girls was okay. Until Cybermonkey set me straight, saying the Quran wasn't changing, meaning that slavery is still okay. Apparently, so is sex with your married slave girls in Quran 424, seeming to remove African American right for the time the U.S. had slavery. Excuse me, we don't gripe at all, but the issue we take is that we were murdered, raped, hated for our color, tortured, and all around treated like filthy animals. Thus we take issue. But how is this the same to the Islamic order? Feed him what you eat. He dresses as you do. You clearly treat him like a brother and give him the option to free himself. You can't strike or curse him. And furthermore, it's not race-based, but rather a function of work. As Islam clearly says, all races are equal. So how are the two comparable? I'm sure there are sayings in the Hadith that say to treat slaves well. But then there is Quran 424. And because you are allowed to have sex with slave girls of yours, right hand possessed, it seems it may not remove the gripe of African Americans for the time America had slavery, but at least ease it. Once again, marriage, rather than sex, is the topic. If you were to just look at verse 23. And again, let's say it is marriage. Since 424 says, quote, forbidden to you are married women, except, quote, those whom your right hand possess, doesn't that mean adultery is permitted with someone's wife who is a slave to you? If so, doesn't that again remove or at least ease the gripe of African Americans for the time America had slavery? And again, what does, quote, forbidden to you are married women, except, quote, those whom your right hand possess, mean to you? Is Quran saying the slave girl can be married to you and her husband? If so, where does her husband's say come in here? It doesn't, does it? Do you see how this removes, or at least eases, the gripe of African Americans for the time the U.S. had slavery, even if it is as you say it is, not rape or sex, but, quote, marriage, end quote? Did you read what I just posted about the meaning of forbidden to you? Many times. Did you read mine, or do I have to keep on posting the same thing over? Quote, a free woman can't void her marriage at will. Unquote. You read that again. For some reason, it won't let me post it again. I sometimes have strong issues with this comment section. You are saying something that's not from the Quran. How do I know that what you are posting is in, quote, taqqiya, unquote? I'm pretty sure you can probably post something from the Hadith that says to not have slavery, but you keep on ignoring the Quran. From what I've learned, Muslims are losing faith in what it said in the Hadith, but not the Quran. So again, what does, quote, forbidden to you are married women, except those women that are your slaves? Sure sounds like it removes or it eases African American gripe for the time the U.S. had slavery. Number one, there's no such hadith that forbids it. Number two, the two sources of Islam are the Quran and the Sunnah. Those who reject the Sunnah have, according to the scholars, committed kafir. Seeing as how without the Sunnah we wouldn't know how to pray or perform Hajj. Seeing as how the Quran doesn't cover these things. So what do you want from me? To chop Islam in half and work with that? I can use the Sunnah, without which there is no Islam. Furthermore, the Sunnah and the Quran were transmitted through the same medium, the Sahaba. Why would you trust the Quran and not the Sunnah, seeing as how they were both passed down the same way? Also, how dare you tell me not to use the absolutely critical source without the Sunnah? We would know nothing